If you know anything about Serbs or Serbia or the Balkans, you probably know that we like to party. And when we party, we drink. When it comes to our drinking habits, we're not on par with the Russians, but we ain't too shabby either. And if you've heard about our carefree ways, you probably know something about Rakia. Rakia is a magical, wonderful liquor. Some people wrongly say it is similar to vodka, as it is made from a distilled and fermented fruit. Also, it does have an extremely high alcohol content, usually around 40%, but it can also go around 60%. We call that one the enthusiast pack. All southern Slavs and other nearby nations have an identical or very similar beverage, which is not vodka, because you can actually taste fruit, in theory. Did you know that you can legally produce Rakia without any sort of a permit? The sole condition is that you make it for your own personal use, that is, you must not sell it. If you want to sell Rakia according to the Serbian law on Rakia and other alcoholic beverages, you must be enrolled into the Register of Rakia Producers. Making Rakia, or as we say it in Serbian, peći rakiju, literally baking or frying Rakia, yes, frying, it is a ritual on its own merit, and it requires a special cauldron, a sort of a mini distillery. It is filled with mush of fermented fruit and water and distilled until we get the much sought after Rakia. Some idiots tend to add sugar to Rakia, which usually means the fruit they're using is bad and needs an extra kick. It is almost as bad as making honey out of sugar. It's just as bad. There are many kinds of Rakia. Here we will give you some of the more popular ones. Šljivovica, made out of plums. Lozovača, or simply loza, made out of grapes. Kajsijevača, made out of apricots. Viljamovka, made out of pears. Prepečenica, double distilled Rakia, literally translated as overbake or overfried Rakia. Sometimes other elements are added to Rakia to make it extra flavorful or the aftermath more eventful. These include but are not limited to orahovača, walnut Rakia, višnjevača, sour cherry Rakia, travarica, herb Rakia, medovača, Rakia with honey, to be avoided by all costs if you don't wish for a crazy headache. There are even Rakias made for other specialized uses, like komovica or stomaklia. We'll drop a mention a bit later. There are some unverified rumors of other, rather occult, arcane, forbidden kinds of Rakia, supposedly made out of exotic fruit like bananas or oranges. We speak not of these. You don't want to risk it, really. Rakia is generally drank from a small shot glass, simply called čaša za rakiju, or Rakia glass. Many fine gents and establishments will use a čokančić, a kind of a special Rakia glass. This is probably how you want to drink Rakia. If you come to Serbia, a nice set of Rakia glasses makes for a terrific souvenir, not to mention a bottle of a good Rakia. When a toast is made, braver souls may try to drink Rakia bottoms up, don't, or as we say it in Serbian, na eks. You can drink it all at once, of course, but be prepared to be silently judged for the poor way your mother raised you. One drinks Rakia during all sorts of occasions. We have everyday ones, like before breakfast or before lunch, while working in a field, or just because. Then there are more formal occasions like weddings, funerals, memorial services, or any kind of a celebration like a birthday or an anniversary. Rakia is ever on the Serbian table, and in the cupboard, and in the flask. Of course, because us Serbs like to ritualize everything, Rakia is not an exception to this. Sometimes babies are given a fingertip of Rakia to make them strong when they grow up. When someone has respiratory issues, it is customary to rub Rakia all over their belly. And if there's a hurting spot, here comes rubbing Rakia again to the rescue. Rakia is known to handle high fevers by the means of soaking socks in it and wearing them during the evening. In fact, you will often hear that Rakia kills all bacteria and viruses, and people who are seemingly immune to disease will attribute their health to Rakia. It is infinitely more powerful than chicken soup. One of the customs on a wedding, for example, is for the groom's best man, or the groom or someone else, to go around and offer a sip of Rakia and a toast to every guest who take it. Hint, they take it. It's also customary to gift a bottle of Rakia when wedding guests arrive to the bride's home to buy her from her parents or brothers or, Too much custom to go untangle right now. Safe to say Rakia is in every one of them. Also, the culprit for a drunken car crash shall not be mentioned. Rakia causes no car crashes. People do. Last but not least, due to its social and other qualities, Rakia and the people who enjoy it, often, too often, are the butt of a joke or two. For the sake of this video, here's one of neutral quality. A group of scientists experimented with drinks. They took 3 mice and got them drunk. One with tequila, one with vodka, and the last one with Rakia. This is what they've recorded. The tequila mouse is asleep. The vodka mouse is snoring sound asleep. The Rakia mouse is aggressively calling the cat out, asking for a fight from behind the cage bars. To conclude, you can do so much more with Rakia, but it has to be the OG stuff, not the fancy your mama raised you bad banana stuff, and you have to drink from the right glass. Živeli!